Equations in y equals mx plus b, Lesson 3.3, Part A. The standards are 8EE5 and 8EE6. The objective is to use direct variation to solve problems. The essential question, why are graphs helpful? Proportional relationship. It's a ratio of the dependent value y per one independent value x. So y divided by x is the same for all points. You will always get the same answer. So a straight line that goes to the origin on a graph. So this would be proportional, as well as this would be proportional. And the reason why is because they both go through the origin. So it's a proportional relationship. Unit rate, the slope in proportional graphs. That is the unit rate. It's written as the y per the x. So for example, $20 per hour. The money is the y and the hour is the x. The unit rate must include the units, miles per hour, pounds per dollar, words per minute, and so on. If it doesn't include units, it's not really a unit rate. Example number 1. 2 minutes after a skydiver opens his parachute, he has descended 1,900 feet. After 5 minutes, he descended 4,750 feet. If the distance is proportional with the time, at what rate is a skydiver moving? So we know that after 2 minutes, he has descended 1,900 feet. After 5 minutes, he has descended 4,750 feet. So what we're going to do to solve is take our y and divide by our x. Which one's our y and which one's our x? Well, the y is the dependent and the x is the independent. Y depends on x. How many feet he falls depends on how long he's been falling. So that means that our y is 1,900 feet and our x is 2 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and divide. When we divide 1,900 feet divided by 2 minutes, that gives us 950 feet per minute. We're going to go ahead and do that again. This time it's going to be 4,750 feet divided by 5 minutes. That is also going to give me 950 feet per minute. So my answer is 950 feet per minute. Example number 2. A grocery store sells oranges for $2. Assume that the cost of the oranges is proportional to the number of oranges. This situation can be represented by y equals 1 over 3x. What is the cost per orange? So the great thing about having an equation is that the unit rate is the slope. So our coefficient of x is 1 over 3. However, that's not money. So in order to change it into money, I need to take the 1 and divide it by 3. That's going to give me 0.33 repeating. So that means that it costs 33 cents per orange. Example number 3. Is the table below proportional? If so, determine the unit rate of mass of an object in kilograms and the weight of the object in pounds. So I know that if every time I take my y and divide by my x, and if I get the same answer, it's going to be proportional. So we're going to go ahead and label our weight as our x's and the mass as our y's. So remember, unit rate is y divided by x. So I have 9 divided by 20. I have 18 divided by 40. I have 27 divided by 60. And I have 36 divided by 80. So if we divide each of these and we get the same answer, then we know it's going to be proportional. So 90 divided by 20 will give me 0.45. 18 divided by 40 will give me 0.45. 27 divided by 60 will give me 0.45. And 36 divided by 80 will give me 0.45. So since I got the same answer for each one, it is proportional, and my unit rate is 0.45 kilograms per pound. Example number 4. Use the proportional graph below to determine the unit rate. Now remember, the unit rate is a slope, so we need to find the slope of the line. So I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this point here and this point here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a triangle. Now remember, slope is our rise over our run. It's also our y divided by our x. So I'm going to go ahead and find my run first. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4. However, I notice that my graph is going up by tens. So that means it's going to be 10 times 4, which gives us 40. So remember, unit rate is y divided by x. So that means it's going to be 40 divided by 5. That's going to give me 8. However, we still need our units. So our units are our y divided by our x. So that means it's going to be 8 vehicles sold per $1,000 spent on advertising. Example number 5. Gasoline costs $4 per gallon. Graph the proportional relationship between the two quantities. So first, I'm going to label my x-axis as the number of gallons. And my y-axis is going to be the cost in dollars. So as you notice, my x-axis is going up by ones, and my y-axis is going up by twos. So now I'm going to graph this. So for 0 gallons, it's going to be $0. 1 gallon, $4. 2 gallons, $8. 3 gallons, $12. 4 gallons is going to be $16. And 5 gallons is going to be $20. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my line. And if you notice, this graph starts at the origin, so it's a proportional relationship. So now B, what is the slope? Since the slope is the unit rate, they told me that it's $4 per gallon. So my slope is 4. Now C, write it as an equation. The equation would be y equals mx, where m is my slope. And we know that our slope is 4. So my equation would be y equals 4x.